following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Hey, wait a minute!
There's a man back there wants a word with you. He's got a gun.
Let's see if he'll use it.
Gabe, can I use his phone? Go ahead.
You gonna keep me out, Gabe?
Mr. Lawrence? Oh, Mr. Lawrence, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been quite a while, Gabe. You're looking great. You haven't changed at all.
See the review?
I'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks, old buddy.
Okay.
Miss Caldwell, please.
Oh, the car.
Esther, find out about that.
Adonis on the telephone.
Right.
Will do. Wow! Formidable. This is an office. This is a palace.
This is Hollywood.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, you know, my mother would right away put sheets over the furniture and plastic runners on the rug. Heaven forbid a human shoe should touch this. Oh. A bathroom with golden angels. I can't stand it. Where's my office?
This is your office, idiot. Mine's in here.
My office with my own bathroom. Look, Mom, a success. Let's see your bed. Oh, I'm fainting. Oh.
May I come in?
This can only be Miss Caldwell. We've known each other for so long, and yet we've never met.
We kept missing each other in Europe, didn't we?
My loss. Miss Caldwell, this is Miss Goldman, my French secretary.
By way of Brooklyn, hi.
How do you do? Oh, to you, I'm Sylvia.
Well, to me, you're a doll. I'm Esther. E-S-T-A. I changed it when I was 13, and in my time, that was rebellion. Oh,
Voila.
Oh, none for me, thank you.
You won't drink to my picture.
Oh, all right.
Esther, this is for you.
Oh,
Voila.
I almost forgot. Here.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Well, there's nothing on it. Who's it from?
From my boss to your boss. Carte blanche. Good luck.
I need it. If I never direct another picture, this one's got to be it.
He says that about all his pictures.
Oh, excuse me. I think that's for me.
Sylvia?
Yes. Tell him I'll be there in a few moments. Thank you. I hope the speaker didn't shock you. It's a very handy gadget. We use it for lots of things, like conferences, tape recordings. But I have to get back right now, so if there's anything at all that you need...
There is. Did you take care of everything in my letter?
I did.
Did you get Tony Collins?
Yes, he'll be with you on the picture. Anything else?
Yes. I don't like cut flowers. They remind me of funerals. Furthermore, I want all this foo-foo out of here. I want this office stripped like a monk's cell. I'm here to work, to direct a picture, not a social salon. Get me a moviola and a film rack. Everything else goes. Everything, except the desk, the extra chair, and the couch so I can sleep in if necessary. The picture's out. I want blank walls, no distractions. Now, let's see. This can go. Here we are. This out. This definitely out. These I don't need. And this, and this, and this, and this. All out.
I based my entire sketches on the actual photographs from Auschwitz and from Belsen. And
Photographs, yes. Everyone knows that a photograph is the real thing and a movie set is not. I don't want a reasonable facsimile, and it takes more than your barbed wire to give it truth.
Yes, I see. But what you're talking about now is more impressionistic, more stylized, right?
Don't pin me down with labels. I want a concentration camp. Real, super real. One that not only looks like it, but feels like it and smells like it. Shall I design it, Mr. Sloan?
That won't be necessary. I can give you anything you want, once I know what it is.
What now?
Laura Dean is bringing pictures to my office in about 10 minutes ago.
Pretty good stuff I gave to Sloan. Did you get it all down?
Every poil, mon cher.
Mr. Lawrence? Mr. Lawrence, excuse me. I'm the original stage mother. I'm a pest and a nuisance, and I know it. But I have a very talented daughter in the new talent department here, and all I ask is that you take a look
Not at this time. I'm sorry. But I can use you. Call my office for an appointment.
This is Diane Waring. She has quite a lovely quality, fragile, aristocratic. She did a brilliant scene in class yesterday. I'm sorry you weren't able to come.
I had no intention of coming. All I'm interested in is their pictures.
Paulette Douglas.
Beautiful, wrong for this.
Tom Hudson. He's an interesting actor. Virile, intense, gutsy, original. I don't know your script, except by rumor, of course, and the rumors are rampant.
Who is this?
Rachel Holt.
Have her on the set tomorrow morning at 9. Brief her for a test.
Is there anything I can do to prepare her? I could work with Rachel this afternoon.
Please don't bother.
Oh, it's no bother. It's my job, and I would like you to see her at her best.
I'm not running a contest, Miss... excuse me.
Dean.
Miss Dean. You will permit me to cast my picture in my own way, won't you?
Of course.
Then you will please not come with her tomorrow. Presence of a coach is an added pressure. I'm the only one she has to please. Davy Evans, I want him there too.
Laura, thank you. You can have lunch with me, and I'll give you your Purple Heart. You've earned it.
Believe me, Davy, I didn't want this job. I was afraid not to show up. It might, hurt Paulette.
I don't know. He's a strange character.
Oh, come on, he's not that strange. He jumped at her.
Tony! Tony Collins!
Mr. Lawrence.
I hear you're on my picture.
Yes, sir.
Good. It'll be fine to see a familiar face amongst all the new ones.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Lawrence. I think someone made a mistake.
I don't make mistakes.
Look, I'm a stuntman, not an actor.
I don't need an actor. I need you. Your pretty boy face, your beach boy physique. You are going to play a monster, man-made like Frankenstein's. Except this one is fashioned in Hitler's youth camps and in the SS Guard. Attractive, but on the inside, an inhuman hate machine. You'll be very good. Don't worry about the acting. We perform miracles in the cutting room.
Why don't you play the part yourself? You're perfect casting.
That's very good. Stay here. I want to talk to you. You understand the character?
I think so.
Tell me.
Well, she's a prisoner who uses her looks,
Her beauty.
her beauty, to get things.
Not things. Food, medicine to save a life. Naomi is not a slut, Miss Holt. She is heroic.
Yes, Mr. Lawrence.
And she's intelligent, too, isn't she?
Yes.
She knows the power of her charms. Doesn't have to cheapen them. Make up. Come on. Get those lashes off. Now get me a rubber band. A rubber band, come on. All right, Miss Holt. Now, be beautiful.
Who do you think you are?
Davy Coolett. I'd like to try the part, Mr. Lawrence.
Where are you going?
Get yourself another pretty boy.
Esther, come on. Now.
I felt like breaking his neck. I really did.
Rachel's not complaining. She got the part.
She did?
Yeah. And I'm sure to help her career. He is a brilliant director.
They're all brilliant. You know what I am to Rick Lawrence? Some kind of a whipping boy. And anybody who needs a whipping boy is just a little sick.
Oh, honey, take it easy.
Pretty boy. I really love that.
Well, look at it this way, Davy. It's a big check. And you can earn more than you can doing stunts.
I've really enjoyed talking this over with the two of you. One says, take it easy. The other says, consider your bank account. Don't either of you understand? The guy drove me up a wall. I wouldn't trust myself on the set with him.
Why don't you be practical about it?
Well, I could use the money.
Yes, you could.
To hire some ape to stand next to me and hold me back.
I don't like to show an unfinished set, but I felt that in this case...
What?
Better...
Can't hear a thing. Would you cut the record, please?
Knock it off. Take it easy. All right, knock it off! Take a break, okay?
What is it I wanted on this set?
Barbed wire that keeps...
No. Next composition.
I want to feel deliberate insult, degradation of the human spirit.
Yeah, that's it. It's fine. It's exactly what I had in mind, even better.
Thank you. I find your concepts very exciting. I like working with Mr. Lawrence, in spite of what everyone says. Excuse me a minute.
You have the distinct impression I'm not very popular around here?
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
Mr. Lawrence? I'm Tom Hudson.
Yes, I know. You're a member of Laura's, what's her name, acting classes, and you'd like a part in my picture, right?
Well, sir, I've really been looking forward to working with you.
I'm very sorry, but the cast is complete.
Complete? I've been waiting for an interview. You are using people on the lot.
That's right.
Mr. Lawrence, I'm a good actor. I work hard at my craft. Can't you at least give me a chance?
You've got the same chance as everyone else. I've studied your photograph very carefully.
My photograph? What can you tell from my photograph?
Exactly what you've confirmed so far. That you're undisciplined, you're difficult to manage, and I do not want you on my picture.
But you are using a stuntman with no discipline, no training, no experience. He doesn't even have the desire to become an actor. I hear you gave him a very important part in your picture.
Yes, and I didn't even check it out with you, did I?
Mr. Lawrence, look, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm coming on too strong. But you don't know what it would mean to me to work with you. I've seen every one of your films at least 3 times.
That speaks very well for your sitting muscles, but not very much for your acting ability.
I'll take a bit part, a walk-on, anything.
I have nothing for you. Would you please take a memo to Sylvia Caldwell? All scenes in Rick Lawrence's picture will be shot on a closed set. No visitors, no exceptions.
You don't even know me. What do you have against me?
Let me count the ways.
Miss Caldwell?
When Mr. Lawrence comes in, would you tell him...
He's in. Max said he never left. He's been working all night.
Thanks.
you see the rushes last night?
Yes, I did, and they were great. But I came here to tell
They'll
you...
be even better when they're cut into the film. It's great to see your own ideas working out.
I came here to bowl you out.
Oh, really? Be my guest.
Do you realize you almost had no crew this morning? I spent 2 hours last evening putting down a rebellion.
You're marvelous.
I've had to play nursemaid on this picture, constantly soothing ruffled feelings. First the cast and now the crew. Is it absolutely necessary for you to ride roughshod over everyone?
Everything I do is necessary. N'est-ce pas, ma chérie? Bon.
Well, I'm concerned about you, too. Working like this all night and then shooting all day. Well, at this rate, you'll collapse.
I will not collapse until after this picture. I promise you.
You're impossible. Oh, Mr. Bracken is calling today. Do you want to talk to him?
No, just give him my best.
I will. And I'm going to tell him what's going on here. I have to.
Of course, of course. You're a very good secretary, Miss Caldwell. If I ever am able to dump my Brooklyn Dormouse over there, I might try to steal you away from Brackenbush.
Stinker.
I told you no, Tom.
Well, Nick...
I've got my orders.
Nick always lets
I'm
me
telling
slip
you.
in. Tony, what's he doing?
Don't ask me. I just do my job and mind my own business.
Well, you know, it bugs me.
Look, if I was you, I wouldn't go looking for no trouble.
It's just the meanness of it, closing off the sets of a whole picture just to keep me out.
Who's in the lockup room? Oh, Mr. Harvey. I wasn't expecting you in today.
Oh, I'm feeling better.
Oh, you better take it easy. That flu ain't nothing to fool with, you know.
Yeah, I know. I was getting a little stir-crazy. Tony, these Lugers have just been delivered.
Oh, good. I rented them for Mr. Lawrence's picture. He wanted a special kind. How many did they send?
Oh, here's the invoice. Oh, 6 Lugers and...
Wow. What a beauty.
Put that thing down. What are you doing in here anyway?
Well, I came in with Tony.
Well, stay out of here. Tony and I are the only people allowed in the lockup room.
Okay. Okay. You know, it's getting to be a national pastime, keeping Tom Hudson out.
Rick?
Hmm? Oh. Esther, I'm sorry. It's good. Esther, it's good. I've looked at the cut film over and over again, and I like it better each time. Now, one more scene, one more. The big one, and if that comes off the way I see it, I'll have done it.
Well, I've got news for you. You haven't given me any notes on that scene.
What? Oh, sure I have, haven't I?
And it's scheduled to shoot for this afternoon. What do you want to do? Shall I, cancel the call, huh?
No. I can do it on my feet. Maybe better that way. Stupid house.
You've, been forgetting a lot of things lately. Forgetting that, other people have needs and feelings. Forgetting to eat and sleep. Forgetting to take your pills. You promised me you weren't going to work tonight. Do you know what time it is? It's 5 a.m.
Esther!
Esther! All you have to do is call Esther and she appears like a genie out of a bottle. Like an idiot. Well, I had it. I'll stay with you until you finish your precious picture. And I'll nag you about your pills. But after that, you're going to have to find yourself some other lame-brained. You're going to take those pills right now so I can get that off my mind for one day. If you've got this for self-protection, you certainly need it.
No. It's a souvenir. I brought it down to the prop department to show them what I wanted for the Nazi guards. Thank you. Has it been that rough?
No, just most of the time.
Why? Why do you put up with me?
Well, I don't know. My psychiatrist or something.
You're such a wonderful human being. One day, I'm sure of it, you'll find great happiness.
Come on. Let's get some rest. Lie down.
Nonsense. Come on.
Come on.
I'm not
down.
sleepy.
Yes, you are.
All right.
I'll wake you in time for the scene. Let's go.
I know I won't be able to go to sleep.
Okay.
Now be careful. I know these are just blanks. They're still not toys.
Okay, you all set? All right, everybody get back to your spots.
Now don't dismiss anyone until these guns are checked in.
That okay?
Yes, well, is this whole area covered?
Yes, the whole fence.
Very good. Are we ready?
Just as soon as I check your slant.
Okay.
Okay, boys, move your equipment out of the shot.
We're ready, Mr. Lawrence.
Thank you.
All right, quiet. Quiet, everybody.
The scene we're about to do, you are going to create for me. I deliberately made no notes. This scene could not be planned. It can only be experienced. As you know, my main goal in this film is to involve the audience, not spectators sitting comfortably in their chairs. No. Participants, right in the center of the action. And this is where we're really going to let them have it. The entire scene is going to be shot completely in darkness, except for that lamp, which will sweep the grounds. The attorneys are rioting. They're behind camera, off scene. You, the SS guards, are advancing upon them, towards camera, shooting. The audience is trapped between the guards and the attorneys. I want them, the audience, to feel what it is like to be shot at. There'll be no soundtrack. You can do what you like. Swear, yell, scream, whatever you like. Davy? Where's Davy Evans? Where's Davy Evans?
Right here.
You hate my guts, don't you? Well, use that emotion. Put your hatred into this scene. It'll do us both good. You'll get it out of your system. I'll get it on film. Now, all of you, let yourselves go. We'll score this thing later. Not with human voices, but with a wild electronic sound. Strangely unreal, like a nightmare. Terrifying. This is your adversary. Prisoners yelling. You'll keep this tape rolling throughout the scene. Listen to my instruction. Remember this. There will be only one take. All right. Let's go. is MOS. And roll them.
Hit the spot. Save the work light.
Bring the tape up a little.
Hear that, you lousy stormtrooper? The Jews are kicking up a fuss. To what cover? To me. Tape louder, please. Now they're breaking out. Good. They're calling you see swine. Come on, yell! Louder. Louder! Here we are. You lice, you vermin. Come and get us. All right, start shooting. Shoot to kill. Shoot at the camera. Shoot at me. Shoot!
Davy, something's wrong.
Rick. Rick. Oh. But they were blanks. Rick.
Gabe, get Dr. Walden and call the police. There's been an accident. Mr. Lawrence has been shot.
All these people were on the set?
Probably. You see, this is a daily call sheet. It lists all the actors and members of the crew that were called for today.
Could anybody else have been present?
Not very likely. It was a closed set. Mr. Lawrence was very strict about that.
Did Mr. Lawrence have any enemies? Anybody have anything against him?
Everybody, including myself.
Excuse me. Lieutenant, we've got the news and TV outside the gate.
It's fine. That's just where I want them kept, outside the gate.
Here's all the dope so far. We've shaken the company down to a small group.
Is there any place we can question these people in private?
I'm expecting a call in Mr. Bracken's office. Could we use that?
That's fine. Take them over there and wait for me. Explain the rights and get signatures.
Right.
What is this supposed to be?
A Nazi concentration camp.
Let's get out of here.
I'm in Mr. Bracken's office now. Have you heard from him yet? Oh. Have you located Mr. Norris? He's on his way to Sacramento. Oh. Well, get word to him somehow that we need him here right away, as soon as possible. Thanks.
Who is Norris?
The head of our legal staff.
So Hollywood is calling out its heavy artillery, huh? Did you get their signatures?
All but one. His.
I don't have to sign anything.
Well, I always ask people to sign a statement to the effect that they have heard and understood their constitutional rights. Most people don't object, unless, of course, they want to leave a loophole open. Now, I'm going to level with you. We don't have a lot of leads, but there's enough motive lying around for a trunk full of murders. So anyone with both a motive and an opportunity is a possible suspect. That means all of you. Now, if you're innocent, it would be to your advantage to tell me everything you know. No offers. All right, let's start with you. Davy Evans. Says here you were a charter member of the Victims Fan Club.
Don't answer him, Davy. You heard what the man said. You have the right to remain silent.
And so do you. Unless, of course, you wish to give it up. Well, then, I don't want to hear it. Now, if you're innocent, it would be to your advantage to tell me everything you know. No offers. All right, let's start with you. Davy Evans. Says here you were a charter member of the Victims Fan Club.
Don't answer him, Davy. You heard what the man said. You have the right to remain silent.
The man said that, too.
I'd like to exercise my right to have an attorney present during questioning.
Quick study. Even has the correct wording. You were heard to say on more than one occasion that you would gladly slit his throat.
No, I said that. Actually, I said I would hire Murder Incorporated and be sure.
Cut it out, Grace. He's dead. And he was a great director.
Oh, indeed he was, sweetheart. Especially for you. You got the part, right? It was over you that Davy got in trouble in the first place.
Why don't you shut up, all of you? You don't have to say a word to this guy.
Now, Mr. Hudson, it says that you were really uptight about not getting a part in the picture. Also says that you took a poke at Mr. Lawrence in public. And we know an awful lot about you, and we're in the process of learning a lot more. But what we don't know is why you were on a closed set of a picture in which you had no part.
You wouldn't believe it.
Try me.
I respected the guy's work. I learned a lot from him.
Yes. And what did you learn about Lugers in the lockup room of the property department? You're right. I don't believe you. Now, what do you take me for? Some kind of a dumb cop from one of your old century movies? Well, let me tell you something. This is not a movie. This is the real thing. Now, get this through your heads, all of you. You're not playing parts. You're being asked some very real questions about what looks like a very real crime.
Mr. McWade, it is not necessary to browbeat anybody. We're all painfully aware of the seriousness of...
I'm glad he's dead.
Don't say anything more until Mr. Norris gets here.
Sylvia, he was so vital, so active. It would have been awful for him to be unable to work, you know.
You have her signature?
Yes.
Miss Goldman, you wish to give up your right to remain silent?
Well, there's no reason to be silent anymore.
I get this down.
He had a brain tumor. His doctor in Paris and we made him believe it was hypertension. It was better for him to die without finding out. The headaches, the forgetting had already begun. I knew I couldn't keep the truth from him much longer, and the truth would have driven him mad.
Do you know what euthanasia is?
Yes. Yes, it was a mercy killing. An act of kindness.
The law still calls it murder.
I don't care what the law calls it. Would it have been better for him to linger on, watching himself die day by day?
I'm sorry, that's not for me to say.
Well, I'll say it. It was a blessing that he went so quickly without knowing.
Getting this?
And I hope whoever killed him goes scot-free.
Whoever? I thought you were giving us a confession.
Me? Oh, dear God, I wish I could have.
If Mr. Lawrence knew about his condition, he could have killed himself, couldn't he?
Suicide? I don't need a ballistics report to tell me it wasn't suicide.
No, listen, I mean, he could have staged his own suicide. He could have loaded one of those guns with live ammunition.
The way he scheduled and shot the picture, he cut it as he went along. And the riot scene that was filmed today was the only thing left to be shot.
And he said that he only wanted one take. We all heard him, didn't we?
That's right, he did say that.
And he did say shoot at him.
That proves that he planned it.
That doesn't prove anything. Now, Miss Goldman, you knew him better than anybody. Could he have done something like this?
He was capable of it. If he knew about his illness.
But why this way?
Well, maybe he didn't want to know when, the moment of death.
I'll get it. Hello. Harris? Oh, yes, put him on. I'll talk to him. Hello, Mr. Bracken? This is Chuck McWade. I'm from Homicide. Yes, sir, they're here, along with a whole room full of people. Yes, sir. Sure you can. Miss Caldwell, Miss Goldman, would you remain here and Jeff take the others into the outer office, would you please?
Folks.
All right, Mr. Bracken, go ahead.
Esther, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Bracken.
Oh, Esther, dear, I wish I could be with you now.
Thank you.
Sylvia, I'm at Orly Airport. I've only got a few minutes before my plane leaves, and I want to read you parts of a letter Rick left with me to be opened after I receive the print of his picture. Here it is. Dear Brackenbush, I hope you've only just heard the news of my death. Don't mourn too much. I'm scheduled to die soon, and I'm just coming in ahead of schedule, as usual. I have a brain tumor, and nothing can be done about it.
He did know.
Esther can give you all the gory details. That adorable Brooklyn goose thought she could keep it from me. Look after her for me. She's the dearest thing I leave behind. Now, let's see. He goes on about the picture. Oh, and he says, I'm calm, without anguish. I shall make it as painless as possible. No bullets, no blood, no mess. I'll just go to sleep quietly, neatly. Excuse me. That's my plane. I'll be there soon. I'm bringing a letter he left for you, Esther. Goodbye, Sylvia. I'm sorry all this fell on your shoulders.
Don't worry about that, Mr. Bracken. Goodbye.
No bullets. Neat, the man said. Well, I guess that explodes the staged suicide theory, and it puts us right back where we started.
Yeah, there's no metal particles as far as I can see. I'd say they all shot blanks.
All right, send them to ballistics anyway. They all there?
Yes, sir. And accounted for. Every gun is checked out and back in by serial number.
You didn't check one out to Tom Hudson, did you?
No, sir. He wasn't even on the picture. That's my list with the name of every person who had a gun.
I saw it. Who loaded them?
I did. Here are the blanks.
All right, have these checked, too. May find some live ones in there.
I believe I can tell the difference between a blank and a live round, Mr. McQuaid.
It doesn't do any harm to check, does it? Thank you. Only in Hollywood a man is killed and they serve champagne.
The champagne in all of this was ordered by Rick Lawrence for an after-the-production party. And if you've noticed, nobody is eating or drinking much of anything. Now, we've located our lawyer. He won't be here for a few hours. And if you intend to keep all these people,
I can't let any of them go yet. Any one of them could...
I know, I understand. But they're tired, they're exhausted, it's late. I'd like to make arrangements at a hotel. Your men can guard them there just as well.
I suppose it's all right. I just want to question them a little more. Look, I want this stage cleared and locked up. Is there an office near here?
Mr. Lawrence's?
Fine. You round up Tom Hudson, Davy Evans, and Rachel Holt.
Do you think Rachel might be a possible suspect?
I don't know. But I do want to sweat Tom Hudson. He's feisty, he's quick to trigger. You know the type.
Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me.
Look, what more do you want from me, anyhow? I told you everything I'm going to. What are you trying to do, pin this rap on me? Oh, man, I know how you guys operate. You're not going to make me your patsy. I want a lawyer. Sylvia, I want a lawyer and not a studio lawyer. I want my own.
You want to call somebody now?
Well,
Do you have a lawyer?
I can get someone.
You want me to get you one?
I wouldn't trust you to get me a glass of water, mister.
Take it easy, Tom. Mr. Norris is on his way.
Look, everybody else is going to a hotel, right? Well, why not me? Why is he keeping me here?
Look, I asked the questions. All I can say is this. If you're really clean, what are you so uptight about?
Come on, Tom.
Get the others.
We'll probably need transportation, meals. Oh, and I don't know what else. Might be lots of other things, yes. Marvelous. You'll stand by then. All right, fine, thanks.
First of all, my relations are none of your business. Secondly, whether you believe it or not, I get my jobs with my talent.
Excuse me. This is Rick, Mr. Lawrence's shooting script. I'd like to keep it if I may.
Mind if I look at it first? Why are these pages folded back?
Well, those scenes had already been shot.
Many directors do that. Films are shot out of sequence, so they fold back the pages after each scene is shot. When they're all folded in, they know the picture's finished.
A couple of the pages aren't folded.
What? Well, that's probably the last scene.
It isn't a scene. You know what it is?
No.
Why did you want to keep this?
Well, because it's hard to explain.
You see, she was very close to Mr. Lawrence.
Obviously. Who is Anthony Collins?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do, Tony. You know Tony.
Oh, yes, Tony.
And you do know. Tony, is that Tony the property man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you get Tony, please? Is there anything you'd like to say before he gets here?
What is this all about?
It's about a will, Miss Caldwell, Rick Lawrence's will, written by hand a week ago. You know anything about it, Miss Goldman?
No.
My understanding is that you were with him constantly. When could he have written it?
I don't know.
I suppose you also don't know that he left you practically his entire estate, which is plenty. So now we have another motive, maybe. Money. Corny, but it's good.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, Tony, how long have you been employed here?
Over 15 years now.
I suppose you knew Mr. Lawrence quite well.
No, sir. I never worked with him before.
It seems he knew you.
Well, we were at the same studio a long time ago, before he went back to Europe.
Why does he keep staring at me?
Because she... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'd like to know, too.
I think it's because she looks so much like his daughter.
Like Angela? Oh, no. Besides, you never saw Angela.
I saw her pictures all over your office.
Oh. Angela was different.
Tony, today's the 14th. You didn't visit the grave.
Yes, ma'am. I go every month.
But you didn't ask for time off today.
Well, I didn't have to. My call wasn't until 3:30 this afternoon.
Oh, his daughter. She was killed several years ago on Mr. Lawrence's set.
How did it happen?
She fell off a horse.
He wanted her to show him that she could ride.
No, Tony. He turned her down for the part because you asked him to.
How do you know? You weren't even here then.
Mr. Bracken told me. He had to, you see, so I could arrange things like your time off to visit the cemetery.
I didn't want her to make herself cheap. To be touched and mauled. She was an angel. Like her name.
Miss Caldwell, could you fill me in?
Angela wanted to be a star, and she pestered Mr. Lawrence for a part. He tried to let her down easy, so he said he needed someone who could ride. And she tried to prove that she could.
She'd never been on a horse before in her life. And she fell off, her neck snapped like a matchstick.
And Mr. Lawrence felt responsible for that. Tony, did you know that he's kept you working these past 15 years? Did you know that he paid your salary when things were slow and other men were being laid off?
What?
And that he asked for you specifically on this picture?
No.
And here's something else. Did you know that he left you $30,000 in his will?
But he killed my daughter. He lied to her. Why did he have to lie to her?
He was trying to be kind. Which was probably the last time he ever tried.
Oh, I wish you'd told me this sooner.
He didn't want you to know.
I thought he didn't care. Angela was smarter than me. She was in love with him. She told me so. I guess that's when I first started hating him. And then I saw her. And I went like crazy. It was as though Angela had come back and I had a second chance. But then he came. And I felt like I was going to go all through it, all over again. Oh, I could have killed him the day he tested her.
Now, Tony, you know you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you in a court of law.
Right. What right? I have no rights. I killed him with his own gun. Oh, he made it so easy. Oh, I am so sorry. If only he hadn't asked for me.
Esther.
Great, isn't it? It's really great. He didn't die, Sylvia. He'll never die. You only die when you're forgotten. Thank you for running the film for me.
Mr. Bracken thought you might like to see it alone.
You got a nice boss.
What are your plans? You know, there's always a place for you here at Century Pictures.
Thanks, doll. Maybe someday. But now, Paris. There are memories there, you know, places to revisit.
Climb in. I had them bring it over. It's yours, you know.
What's wrong with this picture?
Nothing, doll. You look great.
I don't know. I'll bet the first cop who sees me in this picks me up for pinching cars.